All right, now we got to do a slightly trickier probability here. We can use both Excel and StatCrunch to do it, but neither one of them is going to be really great. So let me start with StatCrunch because I think seeing StatCrunch will help us. So, oh, did you notice? Sorry, I was looking in the wrong place before the Java before. Did you see how the little Java window is right down here? So if I click on that, it brings up the last thing I had, which was still that normal calculator. So it's still there. Okay, so we know the mean is 20 and the standard deviation is 2, so I'm going to make it 20 and 2. Sorry, I can't make that any bigger on screen. But the mean is 20, that standard deviation is 2, and I want, okay, now here's the trick. You want a couple things. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 19 and leave it a less than, okay? There are other ways to do this, but this is the way I'm going to do it. So leave it a less than, and say compute, and there it is. Okay, so it found this area from here to 19. I'm going to take a snapshot of it. This is 7.2 example 2b part 1 because I'm going to have to do this twice. So export. In fact, I'll make a note. Up to 19. There we go. Now it's saved those. Okay. Now I'm going to keep the 20 and the 2, but now I'm going to make the second number 23.5 and click compute. There it found that. So it found all the way up to 23.5. All right. I'm going to say it again. 7.2 example 2b part 2. And this is up to, or to the left of, up to 23.5. Okay. Export. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Excel. So I think I am. There we are. All right, I'm going to make it its own problem just because I want to be able to show these pictures to you and I didn't want to have to scroll down the screen. So I'm going to zoom in. Okay, now I'm going to copy and paste these pictures. So if I go back here to my, leave this guy alone, this is where I'm doing my stuff in my StatCrunch, but I'm going to go to my results, which I think, yeah, if you click on the little arrow, I think it's my data. That's where we're in, my data. Nope, sorry, my results. I can never remember which one's which. Come here. I don't have a mouse right now, so there we go. All right, so I want these two parts. So I want to copy them and paste them. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to copy. Cool. I'm going to go in here to Excel. I'm going to paste it. No, this isn't what you're going to draw on the picture. This is me trying to show you something. Okay, so there's that one. And then if I go back to your results, I guess I can just click back. Oops. Oh, it's not going to like me. Okay, fine. I won't do that. I'll go to my results. Fine. All right, and there's the other one. Copy. All right. And paste. I'm going to make these a little smaller. Okay, so the deal here is I don't actually want either one of these things. And what I want is, I'm going to put it down here, the probability that 19 is less than x, which is less than 23.5. Okay? Hold on. Let me go get another program open and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. Never mind where this is coming from. It's not relevant. All right. This is Minitab. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to use it, etc. But I wanted you to see what it looks like. Okay. What I'm really wanting is this area in between. It's not what I'm getting, but it's what I want. But StatCrunch won't find it for me. StatCrunch will only find the area to the left of 19 and the area to the left of 23.5. Or it would do the areas to the right as well, but neither one of those is really what we want. What I want is the area in between. So when you're drawing on your notes, you want to draw this picture. Okay. Now the trouble is, how do I get it? I can see Minitab's telling me that it's 0.6514, but I mean that doesn't really help you very much, right? So how can we get it from StatCrunch from the two values we found? Hold on. I'm going to paste this in here just so it's there. Okay. Well, the deal is that it found parts of what we wanted. Okay. Don't worry about this Minitab picture. I don't expect you to have that. But I wanted you to see how these three pictures correlate. Okay. What I want is this one down here, the mini tab picture. What I'm getting are these two. So how could I take these two, the big one with all the red shaded and the littler one with all this red shaded, and get this one down at the bottom? And the answer is, well, if you took the one with 23.5 and you subtracted away the one with 19, wouldn't you have what was left in the middle? Exactly. So you say, okay, look, it's got to be 0.9599 minus 0.3085. Now, where did I get those numbers from? Well, I got them from StatCrunch, right? Here, hold on. StatCrunch has those numbers as their computations, 9599 and 3085. Now, how could I get Excel to do it? Because wouldn't that be a whole lot easier? The answer is not really. Excel does the same thing that StatCrunch is doing. Excel will only find to the right, so you can, or excuse me, to the left. So you can find the area that x is less than 19. That would be equal to norm.dist. Okay, I want a 19, comma 20, comma 2, comma true. And then I do it again. Probability that x is less than 23.5. As a matter of fact, I can just copy and paste this and then just change the 19 to 23.5. Oops. Sorry. I have a new keyboard here and it's not liking me as much. All right, 23.5. There we go. Now notice those same numbers are exactly what StatCrunch came up with. This is the area to the left of 19. This is the area to the left of 23.5. So if you want the area in between the two of them, which is what we actually want, you actually have to subtract this value minus that value. All right, so this is with Excel, and up here is with StatCrunch. All right? I mean, neither one's pretty. You're kind of brute forcing it either way you go. Okay? Personally, I think if you don't have to draw it, then maybe Excel's a little bit quicker just because, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to know, oh, I got to find 23.5, I got to find 19, and I got to subtract. And just so you know, you can actually do it all in once. You could say norm.dist, or normdist if you got the old version, 23.5, comma, 20, comma, 2, comma, true, minus norm.dist 19, comma, 20, comma, 2, comma, true. Boom. All in one. So that's another way to do it. Okay. So I personally like breaking it up into pieces. I just feel it's easier to follow what's going on. But if you want to do it all in one shot, more power to you. Knock yourself out. Right. Now StatCrunch won't find it all in one shot. Excel will, as long as you know what you're doing. It's a pretty ugly formula, but it'll do it. But StatCrunch won't. StatCrunch can only find the two pieces, and then you have to subtract them yourself. And again, I don't expect you to have this plot in here, so I'll just delete it because you can't make that. But you could make these two plots and then know that you're subtracting the big one minus the little one. All right, I better put this in there from Excel. I suppose you don't really need the word Excel in there. That's just me keeping track of it for while we work here. All right. So one way or another, we found the answer to be 0.6514. And again, you don't have Minitab, but on your notes, you should be drawing a picture of a normal curve and shading that region. Put 20 down the center, like I've got it, and then shade down the middle, where between 19 and 23.5. Hold on, I want to just make this thicker so you can see it better. Again, don't worry about this. You don't have StatCrunch, so, I mean, not StatCrunch, Minitab. Sorry, I get them all confused. There we go. Okay, so you want to draw a normal curve, put down 19, put down 23.5, and shade. All right, let's do it again. This one is going to be for very similar to what we just did, except it's not in between the two. It's lower than 165 or higher than 200. So let me go get a picture from Minitab for you. Again, a picture that you won't have from Minitab, but you can draw by hand. Okay, here's a picture. So And again, you don't have to have most of the stuff. You just need the general shape. So you need a picture right here. And you need to know that these are x values. This is an x-axis. 180 is the center because that was your mean. And then you have 165 on the left, and you want to shade to the left of it, and 200 on the right, and you want to shade to the right of it. And that's all you really need for a picture of these things. Let me put it right here. It's going to take it a second because it doesn't like Minitab very much. Word doesn't. Oops, that's off screen. There we go. Okay, so how are we going to do this? And the answer is, well, you're actually going to do it a lot like the one above. So the one above was kind of the central thing in between the two of them. So you could do it by finding the central in between part and actually just taking away from one. Or you could find each part separately and then just add them up, right? That would work too. So you could say, okay, I want to find the area in this left tail. No problem. I want to find the area in this right tail. Less of a problem. And then just add them up. That'd work, right? Or you could find the area in between the two of them and take it away from one. That'd work. I mean, there's lots of ways. Now, StatCrunch is actually pretty quick and easy on this one, so let me do that. Oh, StatCrunch. I'm going to make you smaller so I can see. Okay, so I go to Stat, go to Calculators, pick Normal. Our mean was 180. Standard deviation was 12. And I want 165. 165. Click Compute. And it tells us that it's 0.1056. So let's see, I can copy that. Snapshot. 7.2 example 2C. Part 1, because there's going to be two parts. Export. Fine. And now I'm going to do it again for 200. But for 200, I'm going to have it do a greater than, like this. So there it is, greater than. So then it tells me that. It already computed it, so I don't know what the deal is there. And I'm going to click Snapshot. 7.2, example 2C, part 2. Export. Fine. Wonderful. So when I go here, let me close that. When I go here to my, oops. There we go. My new pad doesn't like me. My results. There they are. Okay, so I can click on each one of them separately and copy and paste them into Excel. I better make it its own tab, otherwise we're not going to be able to keep track. So 7.2, example 2C. I'll put each one up. So there's one of them. Let me go grab the other. There we are. I had to save some time, so I just copied and pasted it in. Now what I'm looking for is the probability that x is less than 165 or greater than 200. So with StatCrunch, all you do is you add them up. You say, okay, it's 0.10564978 plus 0.04779035. Enter. And there you go. Now with Excel, you got to do a little bit more work. So let me find this. So x is less than 165. Excel will find that with equals norm dist 165 comma what was our mean? 180 comma 12 comma true. And then it'll find probability that x is less than 200 with the same thing. It's just you change that first number to 200 instead of 165. There we go. Okay, so what's it finding? It found this little red one right here, 1056, just like StatCrunch. And then the second number, 0.9522, that's all this white region over here. It's finding this big white one. Okay, well, I don't want the big white one. I want 1 minus that. So the probability that x is greater than 200 would be equal to 1 minus that. 0.0477. See, just like StatCrunch found. And then you can add them up. You can say, okay, well, what I was really looking for was this probability. That's equal to this value, 0.1056, plus this value. Enter. All right, I got to stop it there. I'll see you here next time.